Hello everyone, it's dessert day and I'm going to show you how to make a real simple dessert. We are going to make a Twix cake. Yes, we're going to take these delicious Twix candy bars right here and we are going to flavor our cake with delicious ingredients that will resemble a Twix flavor. All right. Now, don't discount these because they're going to go on the cake also. These fun little Twix that has caramel in it, cookie in it, and chocolate. All right, y'all ready? Come on over here. We're going to start this easy by using a boxed cake mix. They're going to go quick, so be careful, you guys. You got to hide your Twix before you make your cake. All right, in a large bowl, let's empty our cake mix into it. I am using a yellow cake mix. This is 15.25 ounce size box. Now you can use any cake mix you want. We're just going to follow the directions on what I have right here on the back of the box. And that's what you'll do. All right. To that, we're going to add 1 cup of milk, we're going to add 3 eggs. I'm going to crack them in one at a time. That way we don't get any shells like I see right there. And if you see a shell, you could just take your big shell, go in, and snag it. There we go. All right, we're going to take 1 stick of butter, which is half a cup, and we're going to melt that, and we're going to add it. Now, when you're melting your butter, cool it down just a little bit because you don't want to scramble your eggs. I'm just going to take a whisk, or you can take an electric hand mixer, and we're going to blend this all together. That's what we're looking for. All right, we're going to be making this cake in a 9 by 13. I'm going to spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. Now, anytime I'm making cake, I like to use the kind that has the flour in it. It really helps release the cake. This is what I use right here. All right, we're going to pour our cake batter into our baking dish. Ooh, it's nice and fluffy. All right, I'm going to grab my spatula and get out the excess. We're going to smooth this out. That way it cooks evenly. All right, my oven is preheated at 350 degrees. We're going to bake the cake per the instructions on the back of the cake mix box that you are using. Now this one for a 13 by 9 is going to take 23 to 28 minutes. Now make sure you take a toothpick, put it in the center of the cake and pull it out nice and clean. It can have a few crumbs, that's totally fine. You just don't want wet batter on it. All right. I've got 5 more ingredients that we're going to top this cake with to give it a delicious Twix flavor. Y'all come back. I've just pulled my cake out of the oven. While it is still warm, we're going to poke holes throughout the cake. I'm going to be using a large straw, or you can even use the back end of a kitchen utensil like a wooden spoon. And we're going to start poking a lot of holes throughout the cake. You want to go all the way down to the bottom. You want the next layer to get deep into the cake. Once the cake is full of holes, we're going to move it out of the way and we're going to start with the second layer. In a medium bowl, let's add 1 jar of Hershey's caramel topping, which is 14 ounces. This definitely screams Twix. We're going to scrape out the jar to make sure we get all of that caramel sauce out. Who doesn't love caramel? Yum. To that, we are going to add one 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. This will blend really good with that caramel, making it smooth and creamy. Do people call this liquid gold? I think so. Okay, we're going to remove the spatula. We're going to bring over our whisk. We're going to blend this all together until it is smooth and creamy. Yeah, we're pretty fast here. All right, we're going to put that aside. We're going to bring our cake back over. We're going to start pouring the caramel condensed milk mixture all over the top of the cake, aiming for the holes so it gets deep into the cake. Now, to smooth out your caramel sauce on top of the cake and get it all into the holes, I'm going to be using an offset spatula. I love this tool in the kitchen, especially when you're smoothing out icings and frostings on top of cakes and such. It keeps the cake from being pulled up, especially that top layer there. So if you're interested in this tool, I will link it down below in my description box on my YouTube video, or if you're finding my video somewhere else, you can go to catherinesplates.com, which is my recipe blog, and there is a tab for store items. On to the next layer, we are going to be spreading a 12-ounce jar of hot fudge topping all over the cake. But first, we are going to have to melt it into a liquid state. So I'm going to remove the fudge and place it into a microwave-safe glass measuring cup or bowl. We are going to microwave it for 30 seconds, and then we are going to stir it, and then we're going to place it back in the microwave in 10-second increments until the fudge is smooth and liquid so that it's very pourable. Now we're going to take the fudge and we're going to pour it all over the cake, again making sure that you aim for the holes of the cake. That way you can go deep down into the cake and every bite gets the fudge. And then we are going to pour the fudge all over the rest of the cake. And then we are going to use our handy dandy magic tool again, the offset spatula, to smooth the fudge out evenly. It's very important that we cool down the cake for 30 minutes to keep the hot fudge from curdling our Cool Whip. So make sure we cool it down. We are going to now add 8 ounces of thawed Cool Whip. I'm just going to be dolloping it across the cake here on top of the fudge. Now, you can make your own whipped topping if you would like. That's totally fine. The Cool Whip is shelf stable for the refrigerator. That's why it works well for this recipe. After you have dolloped all of the Cool Whip on the cake, we're going to take the back edge of our spoon and we are going to spread it out evenly. Now, you can decorate it whatever you like. Now, you can spread it out evenly and make it nice and smooth, or you can give it some little whiffs like I'm doing right here. Kind of gives it a little texture and some shape to the Cool Whip. Now, I had brought in someone special to help me unwrap 2 packages of mini TWIX bars. Now, this is my husband, Thomas. If you don't know who he is, if you know who he is, you know what he just did. He stole one of the TWIXes, and I told him that his piece of cake just got smaller the more he eats the TWIX. Now I'm placing the unwrapped TWIX candy bars on top of my cake in rows. That way when I cut it, everybody will get like 4 mini TWIX bars. You can also take the TWIX bars and crush them up or chop them up, and then you can just kind of sprinkle them all over the cake. You know, this is your TWIX cake, so you can do whatever you want to it. Okay, there's a sad part about this cake. So we've got to put it in the refrigerator and let it set up for 2 hours. We want all of those flavors in here to just pull itself all together inside that cake and let that Cool Whip stand up. All right, the waiting is over. Let's dig in. It looks phenomenal. That's good. That fudge and that caramel together, that condensed milk. Oh my, that Cool Whip on top. Don't forget your cookies on top either. Wow, I think about 4 cookies make a serving if you do it this way right here. Whatever way you want to put your Twix on your cake. That's delicious, you guys. Bring that somewhere this summer. Let me know. All right, give me a thumbs up on this one, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. That way you'll always know when it's dessert day and when I'm posting videos like this. Okay, I'll see y'all on the next episode.